Just like we use references to create our own universes, we can break down a game system to improve our game design skills. Following on our study of platform games, we are going to do just that with Ori and the Blind Forest. Ori is a recent platform game, which, on top of being magnificent, offers a very dynamic gameplay experience. Here, we are going to try to find out what makes the character's movement satisfying. Let's go. On the ground, when we move Ori, our little white beast, we can notice one thing straight away. When we press a direction key, the character almost instantly moves at its maximum speed. His acceleration is high and feels almost exponential. Even though the transition between the idle and running states happens in a split second, you can ensure that the character is accelerating and decelerating by tapping multiple times on the direction key. And when you release the joystick, the character stops instantly. Changes in direction also happen fast. The character's horizontal speed doesn't seem to be transferred, but his acceleration is so high that you don't feel any delay. I think that when the character turns around, its speed is set back to 0 and he accelerates like normal. You can control the jump's height by pressing the jump button over a variable duration. It can go from simple to double. Ori's minimum jump height is about 2/3 of its size. As in the majority of platform-oriented games, horizontal air movement is less reactive than ground movement. It's hard to change direction mid-air because the character's acceleration is low. This means that if you want to jump far forward, you're better off accelerating on the ground and jumping at full speed. However, this air control allows us to modulate the full trajectory of the character to avoid landing on an obstacle, for instance. The game's visual feedback reinforces the gameplay. Ori's animations are short and almost do not feature anticipations. We'll talk more about animation as soon as I'll have time to make a series dedicated to this topic, but you can note that the character's animations are not realistic. They are slaves of the player's input. However, the game possesses many transition animations which give Ori's movement a lot of fluidity and credibility. The little beast can spin and flip when we chain jumps. This not only makes the game more interesting to play, but also very pleasant to watch. To support this responsive gameplay, the camera is placed far away from the character. Ori is small on the screen, but we have a great visibility forward in all directions. Thus, even if the game is fast-paced, we always have time to anticipate upcoming dangers. This is also due to the way the levels are designed, but the camera remains a precious help. Let's talk briefly about the game's readability. Environments are very detailed, and as the hero and the monsters are small on the screen, they can be hard to spot. That is why gameplay-related elements in the game emit light. You can spot walkable surfaces close to Ori because they get lit when you approach them. The trail of light behind the character also helps us to understand his movement trajectory. We are going to wrap up this little analysis with walls. When Ori touches a vertical surface, it sticks to it for an instant and then slides down along it. Early in the game, you unlock a capacity that allows you to wall jump. If you are against the wall and don't do anything, the character slides down. The sliding speed is limited so that you go down slower on a wall than if you are falling. The way Ori sticks to walls is interesting. He slides both quickly and slowly enough to allow you to jump from one wall to another with great precision. Also, if you are sliding along a wall, you have to wait for about 0.3 seconds while pressing a direction key before the small beast departs from it. This time frame allows the player to comfortably make wall jumps. Part of Ori's vertical velocity is transferred when you touch a wall. If the ascending phase of a jump isn't finished when you collide with a wall, Ori will climb over a short distance. If you press the jump key when you're on the ground and touching a wall, the beast climbs directly. You can then press the jump key repeatedly to keep climbing. This concludes our small analysis of movement in Ori and the Blind Forest. We can observe similar gameplay choices to some platform games we have seen in the previous video. As far as design is concerned, analysis is one of the most efficient ways to learn new things. This kind of analysis is a good occasion to observe all sorts of details we may not have thought about alone. This takes little time, so it's really worth the effort. Now it's your turn. Take a game that you like, maybe even the one you're playing right now, and spend 10 minutes taking notes on the way movement works while playing. Is it slow or fast? Does the character jump high, far forward? And why do you think that is? Are these design choices meaningful for the player? I'm leaving you with this little exercise to do this week for those who are interested. You can share your findings with everyone in the comments below. If you like the video, you can hit the like button, become a subscriber to support the channel, or share it with your friends. I want to thank you all for watching. Be creative, have fun. Until next time.